Hi Libra, welcome to your April 2021 general reading. This reading is general, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You may resonate with a little, you may resonate with the entire thing, but feel free to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. I also really like to check my midheaven. If that's something that you know, if just based off of your natal chart, I'd say go and read that. Go and listen to that reading as well. But a couple of things that came up for you, Libra, just like right off the bat, was something about a split decision. You may be kind of mulling some things over. I also got the word kind of like extricate as well as masticate, which could be say you may maybe kind of chewing the cud when it comes to holding on to a situation, knowing that a situation is something that you may want to leave, but having difficulty in doing so. And I feel like you don't want to make a rash decision or do something too quickly. But I just know based off of a lot of the readings for this month, something's got to go. Something's got to go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start off by pulling 3 major arcana cards, just to lay the groundwork out for the month of April. And as always, check down in the description box below if you'd like to book a more personalized reading, so a one-on-one with me, as well as if you'd like to donate or check out my tarot class, Total Tarot, and you'll see information about the decks that I'm using as well. So Libra, let's get into it. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you and just see what comes up for you in the month of April. Sorry, I kind of like to shuffle and see like what likes to come out, if anything wants to pop out right off the bat. All right, we have the Devil card in reverse. We have the World card in reverse. Oh my goodness, Libra. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. All right, and the Fool card in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Yo, resisting something here, letting go. Definitely, there's some blocks. All right, we have the Devil card, World card, Wheel of Fortune. So with this Devil card, what I'm really feeling here is that there is a need to release control in the situation. I feel like whatever you're holding on to is almost an act of rebellion in itself. It's like you know the way, but you are taking the path with the most resistance. Maybe you're used to doing things the difficult way, Libra. Plain and simple. So this is kind of saying like, there's an easier way out there. You don't have to be stubborn and trying to make things work. Also, in terms of any responsibilities you may have, do your best to realize that there's always a way out of something, right? Even if you're in the middle of something, whether it be a lease, a job, a situation, what have you, there's always a way out, always a way through. And I feel like, over time, if you keep holding on to whatever the situation is, you're going to have no choice but to just drop everything and go. So you might as well start planning things now in order for you to make a smooth transition out of something. I feel like it's time to stop complicating things and simplify the matter at hand. That way your solutions can be simple and easygoing and not feel like there's so much pressure on you to come up with some elaborate scheme or to grit your teeth and just allow things to continue anyhow, right? And then here we have this World card in reverse. So what this is telling me is like you're not quite ready to end something. I feel like you're trying to mend some type of situation here, trying to repair something somehow, but it's almost just like you're twiddling your thumbs. You're like, I'm doing the best that I can. Why isn't this working? When are things going to open up? I'm doing my part, essentially. I'm doing my part. But it could just be that somehow, there are other maybe bigger energies at hand that you do not have control over. And so it's kind of stealing your energy in some form or fashion. And so you may have some doubts at times. I'm also like, feel the fear and do it anyway type of energy. There's just something that you've got to come to terms with here with this World card. I feel like you haven't been giving yourself enough space to truly feel your own presence, your own power in the situation, how you may actually be perpetuating things by not holding yourself more accountable to your own desires for perhaps a new beginning, or at least the ending of this situation as it is. I feel like, and I'm getting like some, like, it's kind of like a friendship bracelet, you know, it's like some type of bond or connection here that, really you're just having as much compassion as you can, but at the same time just compromising yourself and your own security in some way, or you feel like your own security would be compromised in some way here. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune in reversed. Sorry, I just need to take my glasses off for a moment because I spend so much time concentrating on cards. Um, so yeah, I feel like your emotions may have been a little clouded lately, making it difficult for you to really accept that there's some type of turning point in the midst. And I think you're just trying to force things to happen. You may be met with lots of disappointment, and you're just trying to be a happy camper about it in some type of way here, Libra, which is all fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, you've got to protect your energy. You've got to protect what's worth it to you and what you value. There's something about having to move in integrity here. Again, like maybe some of your happiness is gone. Also, like some of you Libras, if you're picking up some type of like hobby or something in order to help maintain or carry on throughout your day, maybe drinking or something, you may want to take a break from that for some time. I'm just getting that for some of you here. It's like for some of us, it's like when we turn to some type of substance or, you know, hobby or something, it distracts us and allows us to feel like everything's fine when it's not. If you know, things are only good under certain conditions and we continue to lean into that almost as a crutch, then it's not really a situation that's meant for you, right? So just putting that out there for you, you may be kind of tricking yourself in some form or fashion and allowing yourself to lean back into old habits or old ways of thinking, old patterns. And it's time for something completely new, completely different. So keep that in mind, Libra. Here we have the Fool card in reverse at the bottom of the deck, which is really indicating to me you don't want to have to start over again. It's like in this day and age, I get it, especially if this is coming to you kind of like as a relationship reading or as even as a work reading. You know, a lot of us don't feel like there's a lot of hope out there for us when it comes to having to start something over, having to begin again, because there's so much out there. It can be overwhelming at times. And I feel like for you, there's kind of just an overwhelming feeling. That's to some degree. Also, maybe some of you, I'm really drawn to this dog. Maybe it has something to do with a dog. Maybe that's what kind of keeps you, or it's something about a dog is coming in, which is, and it seems, and it looks like it feels like it's kind of like a smaller dog. Not a very big one, but it may bark a fair amount, be rather vocal. I feel something here about like you're afraid of leaving certain things behind. Remember, I was talking about responsibilities before, about maybe letting go of certain responsibilities, things that you're attached to. There's some things that you would have to let go here. Or the person around you may have a dog. I'm not sure, but either way. And then on the other side of the deck, we have the Hanged Man, which is telling me in terms of moving through this position, you've got to be able to reach in and find some stability within yourself, right? You may feel stuck, but a lot of the times when we feel stuck is because we're not making the right moves, that we need to think or see things differently in some way, right? That we're not fully communicating what would allow us to feel more in our power. We're not really allowed to stand our ground. It's like perhaps you've sacrificed a lot and it's time to realize that maybe you don't have to do that so much anymore. Maybe it's time to seek something better, seek something a little bit more refined and in line with your current palette. It's okay. Our tastes change over time. So just acknowledge that, Libra. Okay, next up, we're going to pull some oracle cards. These are astrology oracle cards, so you'll be hearing me say some astrology things when I am using them. So, all right, let me pull these cards really quick, and I will get back to you, Libra. Okay. So, what we have here, we have status, we have influence, and we have appreciation. Okay. So I almost feel like here with this status card, again, it's kind of like maybe who wears the pants in a situation. It can also have to do about not being really unsure where someone stands, maybe unsure where you stand in a situation or with regard to someone else. I feel like you've done your best to be very vulnerable, but it just seems like there's someone kind of cold and unengaged perhaps in this situation. And it's time to really start protecting yourself in some way. Um, yeah, that's what I'm feeling here. Um, it may have something to do with how your actions have been received by another party that may kind of have you in a state of questioning whether you're doing the right thing, whether you're showing up properly. And I feel like you don't need to really worry about that. With this status card, it's Jupiter in Taurus. So with that, I really do feel like it may have something to do with the home, with your home life, with your personal life to some degree. Also, it's like, some of you may work from home, so that could be another case here. But it's something about really kind of, maybe you're thinking about kind of changing your home base, changing like where you work, your job, something like that. But it's like you feel like you've really worked hard and invested a lot with whatever situation this is. And so it's like you don't want to give up on that investment. And you know what? It's okay to quit sometimes. It truly is. I know from experience. All right, the next card here that was with the World card, we have influence. And so there's some temptation here with this card. I feel like you're being really careful about what you talk about, how you talk about it, perhaps. Maybe being really calculated in your approach. Sometimes your words may be a bit biting, or the words of the other person. I feel like just some harsh words or, sarcasm tends to come about with whatever the situation is. And I almost feel like there's something about kind of like hidden monsters is what I want to say. So maybe you're dealing with someone who may be a bit two-faced. Maybe you've experienced some bad situations with this person, or you've heard about some bad things about this person. And so it has you kind of on edge, maybe to some degree. It could also be you like not trying not to view someone as a monster, being afraid of them, or being, just like basically working with your imagination. Like, how is your imagination affecting the situation? Is it creating some type of influence in the situation? I feel. Um, yeah. Yeah, that's what I get there. So, and then next, also talking about influence, we were talking about what do you do to kind of like influence a situation? Do you lean into certain things in order to feel better about to feel better about whatever it is that's coming up with this person or a job or situation, what have you? And there we have appreciation. And I really do feel I'm getting the word like songbird. I mean, and granted, yes, it is springtime, but it could also do stuff with mating season as well, because it is mating season for the birds where I'm at currently. But I feel something about like songbird, like music, really big here. I feel like maybe you two, wherever you're at, there is an appreciation for certain things, and just because two people or a group of people like the same stuff doesn't mean that they're the same type of person, right? And I also feel like it's you needing to feel appreciated, Libra. More than anything, it's you needing to feel appreciated and heard and valued, and needing things to be reciprocated in your, I feel like you do your best to express yourself in a very heartfelt way, to let your needs be known, and also to show up and participate in anything that you do. And it's very important for you to make sure that that is well worth your time and investment, and that you're receiving some type of reciprocity back, some type of gratitude. And I feel like you're just not getting that. I feel like whoever you're dealing with here, you've helped them maybe when they were in a bind of some sort, or you offered some type of guidance or held space for them in some way, and it's just like you don't feel like you're getting the same thing back, or maybe that there were promises that just weren't kept. All right, so let's see what else we've got here, Libra. All right, we have the King of Cups reversed. We have the Justice card reversed. And we have the Four of Pentacles. Interesting. So your card came up, Libra, with the Justice card reversed, and then with this King of Cups. I feel like with this King of Cups, it may be the person that you're dealing with. They may have emotional ups and downs, or really try to block off their emotional nature in some way. This could be someone who gets really frustrated. Maybe they suppress a lot of what they're feeling in order to just get the job done, to just make things work somehow. I feel like here too, there's something like with a bell, and it's almost like ring a bell. Does that ring a bell? Maybe they're very forgetful in some way. They're not really focused, maybe not really thinking of you as often as you may consider them. And with this Justice card here, what I strongly feel is that you're allowing your emotions to weigh in too heavily on the situation. It could be that emotional investment that you have in some form or fashion. And I feel like, all of the hard work that you're doing is really making you sick, Libra. You may just be sick of it in some way. I also feel like, maybe things are just kind of slow moving, like you're seeing a little bit of improvement, but not enough to make a firm decision yet. And so maybe you're kind of teeter-tottering based off of that. And then we have this Four of Pentacles here, but there are things that you're worried about losing that you're trying to hold on to. But it's really keeping you away from everything that you want. So be mindful of that, Libra. What can you sacrifice in this time in order to get your feet back on the ground? You may feel insecure about stuff right now because you are not standing your ground. You are not holding it down for you, Libra. So hold it down, Libra friend. All right, whoever and wherever you are. So that is where I'm going to wrap this up. I truly appreciate your time and attention. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the links down below if you'd like to delve in a bit deeper on a more personal level. And until next time, Libra, bye for now.